Chris Wallace of Fox News went on Fox and Friends and got into an awesomely awkward, tense back and forth with his coworkers over Obamacare.
While good, affordable health care might seem like a fanged threat to the freedom of the American people on Fox News, it turns out it's working pretty well in the real world.
You know, when the president says stuff like that, he's not talking about us. He's talking about Chris Wallace.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're taking it. We have to take the slings and arrows.
We're going to blame you, Chris.
He called you out yesterday, Chris.
Listen, I don't know why anybody would be upset about that. It's kind of a badge of honor. First of all, I think it's fair game. We're big boys.
Sure.
We have been very critical of the president and Obamacare, and I think rightly so. It's not like we think there's anything wrong with our reporting. The president's trying to gin up his base less than a month or about a month before the election, calls us out. We should view it as a badge of honor.
Well, you know what, though? But Fox News has been right. We've been talking about the problems with Obamacare, and, you know, we just crossed another landmark. Look at this, a new Fox News poll. 54% of people in the United States wish it had never passed.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's still controversial. But, you know, the people I suspect that were in that room with the president don't feel that way. I suspect they like Obamacare.
Sure.
And a lot of them don't like Fox News, and so he took a shot at us. You know, we're big boys and girls. We can take it.
Yeah, I just didn't think we belonged in the dialogue. Just tell me what you think.
Are we at the presidential level? Isn't he punching down?
Doesn't Vladimir Putin get under his skin a little bit more? Is he a little bit more upset with Bashir Assad?
Oh,
ISIS.
Stop being crybabies. My gosh. I mean, I've
why
been
are we
covering
in the dialogue, Chris? Why is Fox News in the dialogue?
He needs a boogeyman.
I have been covering presidents since the 1980s. The only thing worse than being attacked by a president is not being attacked by a president. As I say,
exactly.
It's actually kind of a badge of honor.
It is.
All right, so let's put that badge on. We'll sew it on during the break. Let's talk about Leon Panetta.
You're so thin-skinned. You criticize the president for being thin-skinned, and you're being thin-skinned.
Are you talking to me or Elizabeth?
I'm actually talking to all of you.
There is so much to love in that clip. See, the thing about Chris Wallace is he's definitely a conservative guy. He might tell you he's not, but he certainly is a conservative guy. But he thinks, and he's right, that everybody else on Fox News drags down the collective IQ and makes him look stupid. Because the network is so insanely right-wing that they're just talk radio with a picture. And he doesn't like that. See, he's fine with being conservative and towing that line, but at the same time, he wants to be much more subtle in his attack on Democrats, and he wants to be much more high-minded and nuanced in his attack on Democrats. And he still wants to largely carry water for conservatives and Republicans, but he wants to do it in a way that makes it somewhat palatable to the rest of America that's not inside that right-wing bubble. And then he realizes that idiots like Steve Doocy and Brian Kilmeade and Elizabeth Hasselbeck, they just totally fuck that up in every way, shape, and form. Because they are Rush Limbaugh. They are Sean Hannity. I mean, look at what they're angry about. Stop and think about this. President Obama goes out there and gives a speech, and in the speech, he just says casually that, you know, Fox News will have you believe that Obamacare has fangs and it's bad. And they're like, ha! Yeah. No, we won't. We like Obamacare. Obama is saying something that you unquestionably agree with. He's saying that you don't like Obamacare and you think it's bad for the country and you think it has fangs and you think it's evil, right? But they're disagreeing with that simply because they need to disagree with Obama on everything. So again, even when Obama agrees with them and says, yeah, you guys don't like Obamacare, they're like, no, we do, because we have to disagree with you even when you agree with us. But see, that's the point. That's stupid. But you're stupid when you do that because you're not taking a position and sticking to the position. You're just flip-flopping all over the place, and whatever the other guy says, you're disagreeing with because you're just a contrarian. Whatever the Democrats say is wrong, even if they agree with us. I mean, look at the other things that they said there, too. They showed a poll. 54% of Americans wish Obamacare never passed. Oh. Now, why is that wildly misleading? Other than the obvious, that it's a Fox News poll, and there's probably, they don't do it demographically correct, and it's a skewed poll or whatever. No, but what that disregards is the plethora of polls that have come out where they break down Obamacare provision by provision, and then they ask people, well, what do you think of this provision? What do you think of that provision? What do you think of this other provision? And when you break down Obamacare that way, the American people think Obamacare is like the best law ever passed in American history. They're like, oh, stop insurance companies from making me hit a lifetime cap and then allowing me to go bankrupt? Yeah, I'm in favor of that. That would be fantastic. Allow kids to stay on their parents' health insurance until they're 26? That seems like a perfectly lovely idea. Expand Medicaid? Sure, that's great. So when you break it down issue for issue, it's like 80%, 90% favorability rating. So that's wildly misleading. But Fox News, just like they do with every other issue, if Obama says, I'm switching to be a Republican today, I'm officially changing my party, I'm a Republican, they go, yeah, we're Democrats.